Hi everybody, this is Albert again. Welcome to my kitchen. The summer is somewhat here. It's springtime, but when the weather gets hot, I like to make watermelon juice. Basically, just watermelon in a blender. And so today I'll go over how I basically dissect the watermelon. Now, I didn't get to show that I split it in half, but I did, as you can see. And I usually do half at a time if the watermelon's too big. So let us begin. Of course, starting off with a trusty cleaver. Um, One of the benefits of the cleaver, as you can see, it's slightly bigger than the watermelon, so that means I'll actually be able to get it down to one slice. Um, so let me go ahead and slice the watermelon. As you can see, I actually bifurcate with fiber, usually. So, um, I try to cut it so that the fat side is about maybe no more than 2 inches, and you'll see why in a little bit, but I just go through, and again, one of the big advantages of having a cleaver is that it pretty much covers the entire watermelon, so I can do it in one slice. In Asia, they sell these huge, and I mean huge, watermelon knives. They're like 2.5 feet long. They're crazy. Yeah, if you want to, that's fine too. Um, I'm not sure they sell them in America, and if you walked around with it, I'm sure cops will stop you. But, one more. Get one more out of this. So we have our wedges, and like I said, most of the time I use my cleaver. But for watermelon, I think of watermelon basically like salmon. So you'll see how I deal with it. I got my blender container here. I actually did just a little bit, the other half earlier. So some watermelon over. So what I do is basically when I'm taking watermelon, I'm just gonna skin it just like a salmon, okay? And you'll see how I do it with the with my fillet knife. A couple strokes, and we're ready, good to go. And just like filleting a piece of salmon, we're gonna go in, go, push all the way around. Just make sure you can see this. And toward the end, how I finish at the end, because I don't want to slice off my finger, I usually just put the point and round it off. And you'll see pretty much, a little bit here, but pretty much all the white or all the red I've gotten. And make a couple cross cuts, throw them in the blender. And we just go ahead and proceed with the next one. Filleting like salmon. That's also why I don't like the bottom to be too thick, because then it's difficult to get flat and push through. And as with everything else, the sharper the knife, the easier it is. And I usually just finish out the end. And make a couple cuts, throw in the blender. Fillet. Now, one of the things you don't want to do is you don't want to just push without moving the blade back and forth, because if you do, you might cut off your finger. There's a lot of resistance from the watermelon, so you want to move it, jiggle it just a little bit, and like I said, I usually just round out the corners like that, just so I don't slice off my own finger. And as you can see, it takes me minimal effort, and people who have people who work really, really hard at something, as far as cutting is concerned, they're probably dealing with very, very blunt instruments, and that's why if your knives are sharp, you really should not have to, hack at it, because the knife should be doing all the cutting for you. Kind of smash it in the blender there. This one has a lot of seeds. I go ahead and throw it in a blender, and seeds and all. The seeds are very, very good for you. Blend it. If the blender is very good, you won't really taste any seeds, and it's good. It's a slight diuretic. It's a kidney cleanser, and so That's one of the reasons why I like drinking watermelon in the summer. Finish it out, slice. So you see, everything I do in the kitchen takes very little effort. I see people who are just, I mean, short of running a restaurant, if you're cooking at home, really, it's either lack of familiarity with your knives, dull knives, lack of familiarity with your spices, with your range, or with something that makes you, work like run around the kitchen like a headless chicken. It's just lack of preparation. Most everything I do is fairly, I'm just not running around busy like people think I'm supposed to be. And by the way, there's people who like to look busy. I'm not one of them. I feel that when you're cooking, the only thing that matters is the end product and not how busy you look. And so I'm finishing out the watermelon, and probably will save you the blender portion of the video. And yep, I just go ahead and have this, throw in the blender, and vroom vroom vroom, 60 seconds, and out pops, bam. I put a little bit of ice in it, but just your regular watermelon juice with no added sugar or stuff like that, like they do in Taiwan. Now, as far as the rind, the watermelon rind goes, there's if you're Korean, then you can just peel off the skin, or you should have peeled off the skin first with a vegetable peeler, and then you can make kimchi out of it, which is what my friend's mom does, and makes very, very good kimchi out of it. I don't. I should, I guess. Maybe next time, maybe next video. But I don't throw the rinds in the trash can, and I'll tell you why. Watermelon is highly enzymatic, so a lot of enzymes, and it breaks down really quickly, and also it being summer, it starts to break down like literally as soon as you cut it open, and so you have your trash, sort of like you throwing away watermelon rinds now, and trash pickup is in the next 3 hours. It's just gonna smell up your trash like ridiculous, and there's still a lot of water in it, so as it starts sitting and sitting and sitting, you can get a pool of fermented water in your trash can. So I can't really stand that. So back to my cleaver again, I usually go ahead and dice up the rind about I don't know, an inch and a half chunks, and then I go ahead and throw it in the garbage disposal and just let it grind down. I find that to be the much less smelly method of dealing with the watermelon rind. And so that's me and my watermelon. And you guys should drink a lot of watermelon juice because it's good for you. So this is what it looks like. Delicious. Thank you.